So the first card to come up is the King of Chalices. And this is a very warm, nurturing person. He's very loving. He's a compassionate advisor. These are the aspects of the King of Chalices. He can be a healer, a doctor, a mentor, but he's very compassionate and loving and nurturing in how he approaches it, a healer. So this is interesting for it to come up in the first part of the reading. This can be represented, and usually does, a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, because it's a water sign. This is a cup card. So either sun, moon, or rising. So I'm feeling like for some of you, to me, this king is coming up two different ways. He's the master of his emotions. It's coming up two different ways for me. This is someone, yes, that's in your court, that loves you dearly, and is by your side and supports you and is there when you need them. You can pick up the phone and you know, they're just loving like that. They're just so very, very, very supportive. The other part of this king feels like that this king's health. I'm concerned about health of someone, because when I first looked at this card, you know, I normally notice how he's sort of cheruby, has all the food in front of him, the blueberries, which, you know, are awesome for our bodies, the turkey and cheesecake. Those are all yummy foods, aren't they? But this also represents to me someone who, when I looked at this card, I thought, oh, some of these Libra, or if your moon or rising is one of the water signs, I feel like someone needs to take care of their health. I feel like there is an overabundance of either food or alcohol or, you know, something that's restricting them from being healthy. And so this person comes up two different ways, Libra. So whichever Libra you are, and hopefully, yeah, because I'm hearing medical help, and it's not necessarily serious, but it can lead to, if it's the one that's overeating or over drinking, it can lead to diabetes. And I'm not trying to be, you know, this is not a negative reading. I'm just saying that this is what's coming up around this king. So if it's you and you know that you have a certain, you know, situation that can lean towards diabetes or low blood sugar, then it might be after the holidays. If you've eaten a lot of sugar or eaten too much of something that you shouldn't, then you might want to watch it now. Maybe this is a caution card for some of you. For other of you, it's very interesting. For others of you, I feel like this is a very, very supportive person, loving, giving, nurturing, compassionate. You know, this can also be like a senior person. This can also be about business. Like, you know, you say you're going to lunch with someone, an advisor, and they're cheering you on big time. So I feel like there's many different aspects. Usually this king comes up with one personality, maybe a little bit of another, but for you guys, he's coming up in different ways. So let me know how this king is in your life, if he is in your life. Remember, this is Libra, sun, moon, or rising. If this doesn't resonate, watch your moon and rising as well. The bee, as you can see, the bee is above the cup, and that's a symbol of abundance. So whether it's health or whether it's business or love, there is abundance in the offing. And he's, as you can see, he's flying around the cup. So that's pretty cool. I feel like this is a good person. If it's a person who's not well, it's a good person, happy person, but just needs to take care of their physical health. That's what I'm getting. All right. Okay, so now on to your next card is the Knight of Pentacles. And so this represents to me, there's a change in the horizon, something that is like a job or employment that's sought after, and approached with just really unbounded energies and endless energies, that, you know, you're excited about a new opportunity. There's different opportunities in the offing for you to take advantage of. I think, Libra, you're going to see, you know, Jupiter, of course, as you know, is in your sign. So it's hard not to have some new news come your way when Jupiter's around, because Jupiter is the planet of gifts and luck. So this reminds me of a grounded a grounded Jupiter. I don't know how you put those two together, but the Pentacles are about the earth signs. So when I say grounded, that's what I meant. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And that's, you have two court cards. This is a water sign and this is an earth sign. I still feel like this is you, though. It could be you taking on the aspects. I've had conversation with other readers, and to me, the court cards could either be an earth sign, again, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or the court cards can be you taking on the aspects. And I feel like it can be either. Some people think it's just that particular sign, but to me, this feels like you. This feels like you moving towards new opportunities, employment, contracts, negotiations. This also could be a useful person who offers, stability and balance in your life. That could be that person. And I'm looking at the falcon on top of her riding along very peacefully, isn't she? I'm feeling very calm about this opportunity, whether it's, you or someone around you. I still feel like it's you. And this falcon, it has a spirit of loyalty and security. See the falcon right here. In fact, as I look at all three of your cards, the insect and the two birds are all in the air. Well, you are an air sign. So this is about, to me, this is about expansion. Some of you are going to see expansion of not only your physical life, but I feel like your inner, breaking barriers, breaking walls down that you don't need, and peacefully maintaining peace and harmony. That is a balance. That's Libra. That is a balance. Because, we work and we strive to make things happen. And then there's the balance of play and fun as well. And Librans seek balance. So it's a great quality because, you don't want to burn the candle at both ends. That will wear out. That will, overdo your body, your mind, your spirit. Interesting what comes out of these cards, but I do feel like that there's a little bit of caution with this card. It's mostly very positive. And like I said, it's mostly about moving towards new employment, a new direction. It's feeling good about a new job or project, where it's going. After apprenticeship, it could be that, you're taking some online classes that you're excited about and that you're going to add to your repertoire or to your resume. It's going to help you get a job. I do feel a lot of excitement around that. So some of you out there are taking classes, and it could be in-person classes. It could be. It's just a lot of enthusiasm for a new job or new projects you have going on. Some of your New Year's resolutions is, okay, I'm going to this year create personal relationships that are like-minded. This year, I'm going to create, so much money, and I'm going to do this by yada yada. And it feels like that you're putting some plans in motion, that you're going to use this Jupiter overflow of gifts and luck. So I so support you in doing so. And the third card is the Two of Swords. Well, this is like an air sign. This is about thinking, our thinking, the swords are. Our thoughts, our fears too. A lot of the sword cards talk about, love relationships, getting past that. That would be the 3 or the 10. There's the swords are a lot about thoughts that we really don't need. Now, this is more of about negotiation. This could be negotiating contracts, working with another person, working out the details, working within a group dynamics. Very well could be, Libra. Delicate work. In other words, using that diplomacy that you have. There could be tension where, where it looks very tranquil. There could be underlying tension, and there needs to be stability. But in the meantime, again, the diplomacy, the patience, standing your ground when you need to, going into your heart space, what feels good to you, your intuition. I do feel like, though, that you're going to have some conversations with some people. And that, for some of you, this may be an end to a project that you've been working on for years within a group dynamics, or it just feels like there's explaining to do. I'm thinking of that, I Love Lucy show, Splin. I feel like there's some explaining to do, and I feel like it might be you explaining your reasons and trying to convince other people and wanting to convince other people. It could be them, you. It could be, you make your point and they make theirs back. But, in any case, whatever it is, it's about negotiations. This card is definitely about negotiation, Libra. So, if anyone can do that, you can, because you can see all sides of the box, of the coins, of all, that's why Librans make such great judges. They're very fair. Okay. And so this bird is a symbol of communication too. So this is about communication. Definitely expressing yourself and getting it all out in the open. All right, let's pull some clarification cards on these, because you have this essence here, this man or this feeling here, again, feeling some health issues, but also very supportive and nurturing, loving person. Well, the Ten of Pentacles comes up, and it sort of bounced right on this Knight of Pentacles card. So the Ten of Pentacles is about inheritance, seeing family money, property, wills, probation, passing down money to other people. Could be loaning money. It does feel like it's within the family structure. It could be people that you are very, very close to that will loan you money or give you opportunities for a job. It could be this opportunity, that these people allow you to have the opportunity to move on. Whatever it is, it feels like a gift. It just feels like it's a gift, whether it's their support or their actual money. And then the Temperance card comes out. So that's patience. Patience. She's pouring from one cup to the other. So it's a balance act. You get that. You're Libra. She's an angel, has wings. So she understands the art of balance and letting things flow and letting things go. What you don't need, letting go, that don't serve you any longer, whether it's people or situations or, it's letting go and just feeling the balance. The Page of Swords comes up. Okay, this is about your thinking. And this is a younger guy, so it's new thinking. It's new ideas, new concepts, ready to take action. This would, of course, air sign. So I feel like, this is you ready to, I feel like you've been ready to for some time. This is not, I think you're ready to now, but I think you, of all signs, Libra, have been ready to see results for almost many years. And so you're keeping that stance. You're continuing to see the goodness in people, the goodness in new projects, the goodness in resolve, and that you can make things happen. You're continuing this stance. So I like that. The Hanged Man comes up. So you definitely, this is about patience. This is about taking some time out if you need to. I think you've been working so hard to make things happen that this is a universal card. Well, it's a major arcana card, but it's the universe saying, we want you to take the time out, see things at 180 degree different. When it's in reverse, he's almost dancing. It looks like he's dancing. When this card is straight up, he's at a standstill. He's at a stop. He's at a pause. So don't worry if that feels like it's coming up. We are in Mercury retrograde, for Pete's sake. I mean, we will be until January 8th. And then there's a little bit of a shadow period. So if your plans are not zooming off at the very beginning of the month, just be patient. They will. Five of Rods comes up. So there's been a little bit of needing to come, this card and this card feel very alike to me. The Two of Swords, and the Five of Rods. The Five of Rods is people seeing different or having different opinions within a group. No, I think it should be done this way. Well, what about this way? Well, I don't know that. I think my way's the best. And it just needs to be settled. And the details need to be settled. And you also need to feel calm about this and not let it get to you. If there's still some working out of contractual obligations that some of you have and it's actually coming to an end, then just work through it. You'll be able to do it. Then the Two of Rods comes up. So this guy has the world in his hands. He's contemplating. He's looking out over the water with these two rods that represent his work. How do I go about this next? You have some twos here. So like I said, Libra, the next card would be the three. The guys launched his boats. He's come back with money. He sent out his cargoes, come back with money. He's relaunching. So you're ready to make these plans into action. And one more card, the Queen of Cups. Well, this again could be, here's the King and here's the Queen. So this could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I kind of feel like it's you. In a lot of cases, I feel like it's you feeling like you're taking care of yourself, that you're honoring your inner emotions. You're not trying to do everything for everybody else. Doesn't mean that you're blowing people off. It just means that you're taking care of your own, like, second chakra, your intuitiveness. You're listening to, because she's very much an intuitive woman. This reminds me of a Pisces, but I feel like it's you. Could be. I mean, maybe someone's around you who's a Pisces, but she's very intuitive. She pays attention to the water movement, and she's very loving, compassionate. She's like him. She channels this. He's the master. She channels it. So she's like the essence of it. And I feel like deep down this is you. So I wanted to pull one more card for the Two of Swords. Well, what came up was the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups is normally like this, where there's so many opportunities and we're in fantasy land. We just don't know which to choose because they all look great. When it comes up in reverse, maybe these opportunities, not all of them are, so great, and we need to come back down to earth and really look at what's the bottom line. You got some cup cards where everything looks like fantasy and it's an opportunity and it's going to make you rich or it's going to make you happy. Some of them could, but look at what makes your heart sing, because it's asking you to stop, have some pause. Your plans are going to come to fruition, whatever you're working on. I feel like this card is saying that there's some good things coming your way. Of course, this is not for every Libra, but I do feel like a lot of you just have some things to work out. You have some issues or some points or details to work out. All right, so I'm going to add these up numerologically, and whatever number it comes to is to match it to the major arcana card. So 1 to 2 knights. No, excuse me, the king. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 in numerology is about structure. It's about building a house. It's not like throwing it together. So like when you build a house, you pour the foundation first, and then you put the uprights and then whatever else you need. So again, it's about building your foundation, building your structure, not just throwing it out there and see if it works. And you may get to that point where you're ready. But don't feel like you need to overdo yourself, especially with Mercury, because it may stop you. Just sort of let things unfold as the month goes on. And 4 in the major arcana cards is the Emperor. Now, I was talking about this King of Chalices. This could this could be him, because this Emperor is like a father figure. He's someone who's has a lot of control with their emotions. Now, this guy is, fairly emotional, but he does have control. And he's, like I said, a father figure. He could be a boss or supervisor, the Emperor could be. But he could be someone that's in spirit that's also watching out for you and giving you guided messages. So just see who these two men are. Who are they in your life? Who are this King of Cups and the Emperor? And leave me comments, Libra. I love the comments. Yeah. And I love that these are all three in the air. So you do need to get grounded, but you do have a lot going on expansively.